notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co.
All right. Good.
God, I wish Noah could get here on time.
Good afternoon at this point.
Lunchtime with
I'm
Chris
gonna
Tingle.
kill myself.
Sticking with us this morning. Oh, what time was the text I received?
You were the one that was late.
I was going to be here at 6:57.
Okay, that's late.
It is, of course, but it was still here before
He's still on the
showtime.
loose.
I was sitting outside at 6:42.
There you go.
No one bothered
You
to
drank
tell
a
me
fifth of tequila by
anything.
yourself.
I got a text at 6:52. At 6:52 a.m. Hey man, I left the key inside.
Justin has it.
No. It would be awesome if that's what
That's
it
more
was.
consideration than I got. I had to text Lloyd at 6:55 and go,
What's the
am
deal?
I dumb?
He said he was throwing loads in the parking lot.
Like a congressman.
Rob
Alone.
Ford.
But we made it happen. We got here. We got in. And we're live. Another entertaining morning here for Tingle & Co. As we've had a lot of entertaining mornings and evenings and afternoons here in the first 2 weeks of business. The headlines this morning, obviously, LSU plays Arkansas at 6 p.m. on Saturday. And the Tigers will be sent off today at 9:15. They are inviting fans to go and send the Tigers to Omaha, Nebraska. Wave goodbye to some of your favorite players.
If you see this man, take him away.
Confiscate of him.
Yes.
Kinfolk.
Wow.
Good morning, Lloyd. Good morning, Kinfolk. How are we doing? Everybody doing okay? Is everyone's blood pressure back down?
I'm good. I'm
raised.
Good.
I'm
Lloyd,
good,
how are
buddy.
you?
Mine just doesn't change.
Doesn't change.
Problem. My ears are bleeding.
Which is also
I can't
a
tell if
major
that's true or
problem.
not, because if it's actually true, then we
He
should
also
stop
said
the
it
show.
wasn't the first time.
Yeah.
Well. So
Are
I've
you
ignored it
Are
plenty,
you
and it
doing
always
this
goes away.
Just to get attention? Is that what
So
this
it's-
is?
so this
like
is
a sympathy
genuine.
thing?
Oh, yeah.
Like this is actually a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Your ears are bleeding.
Just the right one.
Okay, just the right. And it's coming from like the whole of your ear?
Oh, yeah.
Does it hurt?
Time of the month.
How dark is the blood?
Your eariad.
In my new era.
God.
Jay Johnson and some players met with the media yesterday
Dad?
ahead of Omaha, and they talked to the media during availability yesterday to preview Omaha. Some funny sound. Christian was supposed to clip
He
up
did.
Jay Johnson. Yeah, he got his 3 clips.
3 clips.
He said
what
he
a piece of shit.
He texted me at midnight. He said, this kid, he texted me at 11 p.m. I got 3 clips up. The site kept crashing on me. The internet blows out here. So we did get 3 clips of Jay Johnson speaking, but we will go and find some of John Eads' great work. He helps us out a lot because he actually does his job. And we're able to use some of his sound because there was some really good sound from yesterday's media availability. Also, there was speaking of sound, there was some noise yesterday, which sometimes I wish that the head coaching movement could wait until after like when everyone's done playing, as Josh Jordan's name came up for the Duke job opening, and rightfully so. I don't think many are surprised that his name has come up for the head coach opening there because he obviously spent a long time at Duke prior to coming to LSU. The Duke head coach is headed to Virginia to fill O'Connor's spot as he took the Mississippi State job, so the carousel is moving. And it seems like Josh Jordan is the leader to become the Duke head coach, which would be great for him. But let's send him off the right way with a national championship ring before he gets there. Next up, we have Garrett Nussmeier chopping it up with Kellen Moore at Saints minicamp yesterday. That caught some traction on the social media verse as well, as Nuss and Moore were just chatting, watching Saints practice yesterday. Speaking of Saints minicamp yesterday, Tyron Matthew had a nice quote from our guy Jacques Duceay, who's going to join us in about 20 minutes.
An hour.
At 8 a.m. Or no,
8:30.
In about an hour at 8:30. Not the usual 8 a.m. because Nick Underhill cannot join us due to Saints minicamp. JD will join us at 8:30. And here is, can you run the clip of Tyron talking about DJ Pickett? Tyron Matthew, former LSU great, talking about the new freshman sensation DB, DJ Pickett for LSU. Some really high praise and high comparison from the former number 7, almost should have been Heisman winner, Tyron Matthew, the Honey Badger, talking about DJ Pickett.
I'll always contend that if he scores on that West Virginia tip interception, I think he wins the Heisman. And then you saw all of that kind of get run back after LSU was playing West Virginia in the Super Regional, and I was like, I'll live for these.
It was on. Yeah, that
great year until it wasn't.
It was.
But here is Tyron Matthew, new haircut.
Yes, looks good. Looks young.
He does. Looks like Honey Badger.
Honey Badger. He's got to do the mohawk.
Blonde.
Yeah, I heard about him. I actually seen him one time, and he's kind of like a blend of Chad Jones and Pat Peake, you know. And so that's what I saw when I looked at him, right? But yeah, man, he's like, I think he's gonna be the next great one to come out of there. Obviously, he's a freshman, but you know, I jumped off the porch early as a freshman, so I think we all expected him to do the same thing. Yeah, I heard about him. I actually seen him.
Wow.
I mean, if that does not get you fired up and excited about DJ Pickett, I'm just not exactly sure what will.
You know that feeling when you're in high school and the girl that you have a crush on, you find out that she has a crush on you, and you get that flutter in like your chest for a second?
That's what you feel right now?
I literally
Do you
gasped.
like
I
me?
did a little gasp in the car when I heard him say that. I was just like,
Dude,
what?
That's. I mean, if you're an LSU fan and you hear the comparison is a cross between Chad Jones and Patrick Peterson, buddy.
If anybody else said it, I would be like, "That's."
Of course.
But I mean, who am I?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone else says it, you'd be like, okay, buddy, you're just trying to gas me up a little bit. You're just messing with
It's
me.
an Andre Champagne take, and then it's Tyron Matthew, and you're like, well, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's Honey Badger.
Yeah.
Kind of have to take
You're
your
still
word
telling me
verbatim.
at the Rouses.
And but I mean, that should get you pretty fired up on DJ Pickett, as Tyron Matthew essentially said he's next up. Next up, Grant Taylor.
So, but also that just means Pickett 7 in
At some point.
a year.
Yeah. I mean, Perk still has it now.
Then
Then once Perk is gone, I mean, buddy, here.
if he wants to come back, he can.
Perk, yeah. I mean, if he has the eligibility. But he will have the season to go into the draft that we all hope. And then DJ Pickett should don that number right after that. Speaking of Grant Taylor, though, through 12 pitches, 10 strikes. Let's see, we have 4 pitches. 4 of those 12 were over 100 miles per hour. 101.5, 100.8, 100.3, 100, and then the 5th was 99.6. I mean, that's just filthy. Absolutely disgusting.
Couldn't play for a worse franchise. That's unfortunate.
There's one worse for me. Or
The Pirates?
2. The Rockies and the Pirates. But yeah, it's about as bad as it gets.
Yeah, I mean,
We love putting a great Tiger pitcher. Just
send
in a
the Tiger
diaper.
pitchers to the worst franchises in the sport.
yeah, well, they
And
just
watch them all throw 100 miles per hour and more.
cook.
Just
Yeah, that's how you go from Double-A to the
yeah,
show.
that'll play. Into the 2 claps. Derek Curiel and Kason Evans, National College Baseball Writers Association freshman All-Americans, and rightfully so. 2 claps. Ready. Our guy, Mick Paul, traveling with the team while officially being in the transfer portal. you hear a lot of negative stories about the transfer portal and players giving up on their teams and their coaches and doing the. Obviously, Mick Paul is leaving to get a better opportunity. He's in a loaded outfield, loaded team right now. Wherever you want to play him, there's not a lot of spots open. He's going to go get a better opportunity somewhere else, but he's still bought in and still traveling with the team, supporting his guys, being a part of the program that he committed to, that he has been a part of. He's sticking it out with his guys. I think that is a big-time story and should get the credit and the attention that the negative ones do when it comes to the transfer portal. So Mick Paul, 2 claps. Ready.
Mick Paul also, scary hospital stay last year. And, didn't really know what was going on. And he didn't know what was going on. He had, an arm injury. Then it turned into, a couple of weeks to a month to 2 months, hospital stay. And look, Jay talks positively about a lot of his guys. He loves Mick Paul, and I think that's probably part of it. Is dude, he doesn't want to leave,
right?
But it's as you see the scholarships go down. This is one of the casualties of war. But if you want to be a part of the squad, and I think they want him to be a part of the squad, that's how bought in he is. That's how bought in Jay is to him and the person that he is. Because you hear Jay talk about it all the time, I'll recruit the player and the person,
right?
And I think Mick Paul is one of those people.
Well, yeah, and he said, he talked about he's consistently talked about the character of this baseball team.
Mick Paul's part of that.
Mick Paul is 1,000% part of that, and this goes to show. Next up, Bauer Sharp, Freak of the Week. This was a pretty fun segment that LSU started adding last offseason where they highlighted a hard worker of the week, which was then tabbed Freak of the Week. And the video of Bauer Sharp got put out yesterday, and it was quite impressive. I remember the first practice I went to in the spring and saw Bauer Sharp. I don't know why I just assumed Bauer Sharp wasn't going to be this behemoth of a man because he used to be a quarterback, and it was he's going to be a receiving tight end and all these things. Then I saw him the first time, and I was like, geez. And then this video comes out.
Oh, he's a psychopath.
And he's a crazy person.
I thought it was a video of me at first.
And he's a monster of a man.
Yeah.
Monster of a man.
Good hard cut.
He is the Freak of the Week. This is some of my favorite content that comes out of LSU because it's the hard workers.
You guys really don't see the result. Still.
Person to congratulate him, dap him up, pat him on the back is Trades Green, his buddy in the tight end room. Bauer Sharp's gonna play a whole lot of football this year.
It's a buddy cop movie,
literally. Bauer Sharp's gonna play a whole lot of football for LSU this year, and rightfully so. Next up, we've got Chase Shores. Gave a great quote from at media availability yesterday that our guy John Eads put out as. Chase had a whole lot of swagger coming off the mound in the 8th and the 9th. You could see he was throwing confidently, and then when he gets the strikeout to get out of the 8th, he walks off with some swag. He gets out of it at the 9th, sends LSU to Omaha, walks off with some swag. He doubles down on it with this confidence and during his media availability yesterday.
We're in Omaha. I'll go till my arm falls off, honestly, so... it really doesn't. I don't have a pitch count or anything, so, whatever Coach Johnson needs me to do, I'm going to go out there and get the job done.
That's pretty fun. The confidence he has right now should bode well for LSU on paper. Because a lot of people are looking at him as the X factor. Because we've talked about it in this stretch of baseball starting on Saturday, you need arms. That is the biggest thing. You obviously want your offense to produce. You need guys outside of Anderson, Ianson, and Evans to step up and answer the call. This guy's going to be pretty important to that. And he's got a whole lot of confidence right now.
And Jay called him a big leaguer when he came on the show on Monday. And I was like, well, he also could come back. He's like, if y'all can figure out how to make that happen, I would love for that to happen. So if you want to crowdfund to get Chase Shores back, because this is a guy that's going to be able to be on the biggest stage in Omaha. And if he does what he's supposed to do, or what he's capable of doing, he's going to get drafted probably in the first round.
Yes.
Then you have Cade Anderson, Anthony Ianson, Chase Shores, all possibly first-round picks.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy that you were expecting to be your Friday night guy going into the
He
season.
couldn't look better than he looked the last time he threw.
And then to double down on it with that.
Yeah, but my arm
Mindset.
falls off.
Do what?
So my arm falls off.
I mean, I don't.
Okay.
Not on a pitch count.
No.
I'm just-
Tired of pitch count.
I'll play tomorrow.
You
Ball in bad.
also come back.
Yeah, you can play it next year too. Chase Shore. I don't think we clap for Bauer Sharp, so we're gonna go Bauer Sharp 2 claps ready. Chase Shores 2 claps ready. Another answer from media availability yesterday. It was a great media availability. It was lighthearted, excited. Everybody's ready to go to Omaha. LSU is locked in, but the players are relieved that they're making the trip, getting ready to go. Jake Brown gave an excellent answer when talking about Josh Pearson and his last AB in Alec Box Stadium on Sunday.
Hit for me. I think if he didn't get put in that spot, I would have walked up to Coach Johnson. I was like, hey, he has to hit. It's his last game at the box, and seeing the fans, seeing him get that standing ovation, something really special. I don't know if I've ever seen someone have a 3-pitch strikeout and then get cheered for. But happy for him. I mean, that's a testament. That dude bleeds purple and gold. He's been here for 4 years. He's a true leader, a true teammate, and one of the best guys that I know.
And such a nice answer, talking about the fan base, giving them their flowers. Closes it out with a nice
dagger.
Yeah, nice little compliment to Josh Pearson right in the middle. Nice little jab right to the stomach.
I think I've ever seen anybody get cheered for a 3-pitch strikeout.
I mean, we can all admire what Josh Pearson's done in his time at LSU, but he struck out on 3 pitches. That is the best type of teammate. Just like, that's family. Like, that's what that is. That's your younger brother saying, like, I mean, we can all understand that Josh Pearson's great, but he struck out on 3 pitches.
You got a standing O.
But shout out to Jake Brown and this baseball program and team. You can see the family atmosphere, and that was also just a great answer, keeping it lighthearted. 2 claps, ready. This next video from Saints minicamp was pretty impressive. I had finished filling out the document of the headlines of 2 claps. We were done, ready to go. And then I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw this last night, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is nice to see," and it belongs in the 2 claps for tomorrow. So here is Tyler Shuck and Brandon Cooks connecting at minicamp. It was incomplete, but
Well, yeah, that was going to be my first.
the toss. Now we need the Saints need a big body receiver, please. So we're not throwing those out routes
to a
Brandon
34-year-old
Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Right. But the zip he put, because it was a late throw, but the zip he put on that ball to at least get it there to the location, I thought it was pretty nice to see from the new Saints quarterback, Tyler Shuck.
Instead of shake and bake, it's shook and cook.
Oh. Bam! Bam! Bam!
Start the show late. I'll show up.
You'll what?
I don't know. I'm off my rhythm.
That's awesome. Brandon Hollingworth asks, who's the new guy at the desk? That's Kinfolk, my friend.
Kinfolk.
This is
not new.
Jonathan. He's not new.
I'm a little new.
He's kind of new.
You little green.
But next up,
Doesn't have a key.
last and not least, no, neither do I. Last but not least, I know I put out whenever we were waiting for the show to get rolling. I said,
bus taking
we're on
off.
the way, guys. Sorry about this. Hunter Hall said, it's okay. That's what I told my boss about my work yesterday.
Yeah,
I said,
you
good
okay?
call. We do have some fun news, though, so I'm just adding to the suspense. Then Omar asked, the alarm clock didn't go off? Said, nope, we're all awake. Alternative error. But we can all chat on here. How are you guys doing? And then later on in the chat, Matthew Conkle says, give us the news. That is where this 2 claps goes to Go Mart and the Party Box boys, Party Box squad.
Party boys.
Lloyd, you want to give a shout out to our amigos that are taking care of us this weekend?
Yes, shout out to the Party Box boys. It would be, some people have families, some people don't. The people that don't have families, we're all hitting the road to Omaha. Shout out Chris, shout out Party Box, shout out everyone that allowed us to get in. even letting Christian come on the trip. Shout out Jordan.
Our travel size.
Our travel size. Shout out Denton Graham. Shout out, and obviously Tom Granning for being the plug to get us through to Omaha. And trying to get snacks for this thing is unbelievable. Like, I was like, this all y'all want? And Tom's like, that's it. I was like, well, I can find more things. And he's like, no, it's fine.
We can add to the list.
I was like, whiskey? He's like, no. Okay. But shout out Tom.
Love you, Tom.
Because the boys just wanted a couple bags of ice, some Gatorades. Didn't tell me any flavors. He's like, what flavor? I was like, well, lemon lime.
Variety
Who
pack,
can go?
friend.
That's what I said. And so we got Gatorades, got your Diet Cokes.
You made sure it's 0 for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's go.
Got chips.
We're taken care of.
We are taken care of. Got gas.
Shout out to the
How
party.
the hell they know I'm the gas man?
Shout out to the Party Box boys. Shout out to Tommy G and Go Mart. As me, Lloyd, and Christian are headed to Omaha this weekend. That's the news. That's the exciting news. I put it out on Twitter last night. We are we're headed to Omaha.
I'll be watching every social media post go up, sobbing quietly to myself.
Sorry, King Bug.
It's Tingle and Go from 7 to 9. Come keep on the show. It's a new era.
Tingle & Co. on the road. Me, Lloyd, and Christian, we are headed to Omaha. After the show tomorrow, we will be, I guess, live from somewhere Friday morning.
Yes.
We'll be covering the game on Saturday. We'll have plenty of content. The content this weekend is going to explode. Tom Granning asks, are y'all coming through Natchez Thursday on your way? I noticed that yesterday. I was looking at the route, and I was like, oh, we're going to be right through Natchez, so I think we might see what we can do.
I want that. Oh, boy.
Stop at the Wardos. The Wardos Po' Boys or the Go Mart, refill on some gas. But we're headed to Omaha. We're going to explode. The content's going to pop off this weekend. Yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm.
As we're going to do all sorts of different content. We've got some new equipment, some new gear to make sure that it's more than just a show. The social media stuff, make sure you're following us. Make sure you're subscribed. We're going to give y'all as much content as humanly possible this weekend. As Christian will be manning the camera, creating the content, and we'll make it happen. We appreciate you guys' support. We could not have done this without all of you, without the Party Box boys, and of course, without Tom Granning, Go Mart, Wardos in Natchez, Mississippi. We're really excited. Lloyd, how fired up are you?
Very proud of everybody getting it together so far.
Yes, so far.
I don't have keys.
I gave Christian a call yesterday, and I said, because our media credentials came through yesterday morning. So I called Christian. I said, buddy, how are you feeling? He said, woke up, saw your text, and fist pumped.
Well, I think we're saving
he finally
a life.
felt joy again. Yeah.
Yes, we are. We are. He was supposed to go on a family beach trip. I called him on Monday.
He would have been on that phone.
I know. I called him on Monday, and I was like, what are you doing this weekend? He's like, I leave for the beach on Thursday. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And he was like, why? I was like, well, me and Lloyd are going to Omaha. We wanted you to come with us and man the camera. So then he starts asking, like, he starts freaking out, like panicking. I'm like, buddy, it's okay. Like, you got to go on your beach trip. Like, go ahead.
Don't even worry about it.
See who else I can find. We get off the phone. I call Lloyd back. I let Lloyd know Christian's a no-go. Christian start my phone while it's on my ear with Lloyd. It's going, zzz, 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 zzz. It's Christian blowing my phone up. And he's like, how much do I have to pay for it? What all do I have to cover? How do I have to do this, that, and the other? And I was like, so I call him back, and I'm like, look, here's the situation. This is what we're doing. We're riding up with the Party Box boys in the RV, in the bus. We're probably going to sleep on the bus as well. I was like, and we're getting media credentialed to get into the press box, to sit in the press box, be official media members for a weekend and enjoy some college baseball and cover the LSU Tigers. And Christian was like, let me see what I can do. Calls his parents.
Of course,
because it's a family beach trip. And his mom's like, no, I mean, we have to, you can't. And his dad's like,
honey,
let the kid go to Omaha. He can't miss out on this opportunity.
The best part is his dad in the background. We're like, wait. Honey, you're telling me our son could go to Omaha for basically free?
Right.
And you're going to make him go to
our beach
Destin?
trip?
Tell me we get a beach trip
And
without Christian?
And so then Christian texted me back. He was like, can I let you know by 6 p.m. tonight? And then I'm like, yeah, sure. He calls me back at about 7 p.m.
Of
course, an hour later than he says. And goes, I'm in. I can do it. I can make it happen. I was like, okay. So I put in for the media credentials for Christian. It came through yesterday morning. I sent it to him. He texts back in all caps. I call him after. He's fired up. It's going to be an exciting weekend. We're excited. We're fired up, and we are going to make sure you guys get all the content you can imagine, whether it's baseball stuff, it's interviews, it's food reviews, it's vlogs, everything will be out and about on our social medias and on this YouTube channel. So make sure you go to our link tree. We have a link tree, but it's also just Tingle__co on everything. Follow us, subscribe to us, notifications. Send our @ to your friends. Make sure everyone's tuned in. There's also a Venmo on that link tree if you want to support the boys on the way to Omaha.
I want to go to the strip club.
You can take care of us in that manner. We also have
Y'all
fired
take
up.
Venmo?
Yeah, we do.
No, I'm talking to the strippers.
I know. We also have fired up super chats here in the chat if you can't see. So
I'm trying to make myself cry.
you can let
Think
the
about
boys
the beach
know if you
trip.
appreciate us. But shout out to the Party Box, and shout out to Tom Granning, GoMart, and Wardo's, as we will be headed to Omaha due to all of those people this weekend.
And Tom
Fired up.
Granning just also said, do you want to take the Starlink with you? 2 Starlinks.
Tommy G, you
I watched a
monster.
video. We watched our guy Doug Johnson on YouTube yesterday of how to do a Starlink on a with vMix, and he looks sad. But he said 2 Starlinks is better than 1. So
Well, then,
we can get to that's like if you have the means to get 2, which it sounds like we do. So shout out Tommy G.
Shout out Tommy G. Stop at Wardo's on me, Tom. I love you.
I love you.
You. You're my
Stepdad.
father. You're my true father. Goodbye, Casey. I don't care anymore.
It's Casey.
And but we're headed to Omaha this weekend. Make
guys
sure
just,
you
like, throw dads away. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
nothing.
mean,
Well,
this is part of the business. We got
you have a roster spot to fill.
I know. It's fucked up. It's the reason I'm in this mess. I got no dad, and you guys are just tossing around extra
couple
dads.
dads.
I can't go to these things. I got to celebrate my dead dad. Now you guys are just adding extra dads. I'm trying to cry over here on command, but I can't anymore because the antidepressants work. It's all fucked up. It's just not fair. Christian gets to go?
His dad vouched for him.
He didn't even think his dad vouched for him. I got no dad to vouch for me.
Christian was the
Your
only
dad's the reason you can't
My dad's
go.
the reason I can't go.
Christian was the only one that could fit in the overhead bin.
Yes.
That was part of our pitch one because we were kind of getting full with me and Lloyd tagging along. We were like, look, we have a buddy, but he's travel sized.
People were fighting for the vlog camera
Yes.
at the Party Box group chat. Like, I'll do it.
Christian is travel size, can fit in the overhead bin. And he was like, if they don't have room, just tell them I'm snack size. Tell them I can fit wherever. And I was like, oh my God.
We should bring like a carry-on kennel.
What
I have a kennel.
That's what he was saying during the baseball game. He's like, I could have gone pro if I just got big enough to be a second baseman.
Big enough to be the smallest person.
Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about? Big enough to be a
Big enough to be a shortstop.
If I was just Jose Altuve size.
You made it to Altuve size?
Christian, you are. I hope.
I was 130 pounds. I've lost weight since the breakup. I'm down to 125.
Oh, he shot his
was
breakup.
125
I got no
minutes.
dad, and it's costing me Omaha. Oh, your girlfriend broke your heart, Christian? It was 2 months. I had a lifetime of a dad. Now nothing, no dad.
LSU's
No
getting-
Omaha.
And no Omaha.
I appreciate you, bada bing, bada boom. I appreciate everybody in the chat. We would not.
Who wants to be my dad in the show?
We would not be able to do this without all of you guys and the support y'all have shown since we've made the transition, since we've started running this deal on our own. It's been a very reassuring first 2 weeks now, especially with this trip lined up, and that we made the right call.
Yeah.
A lot of times you take a leap of faith, you do something, and you don't know if it was the right decision. This
Sometimes
has
you
been
don't have you end
Sometimes
up with no
you don't have
dad.
a choice.
You don't have a dad.
Sometimes your dad never loved you, and it's time to leave. And here we are, Tingle & Co.
Charge you on the way out.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to pay me for what I did for taking care of you. We appreciate you guys.
I'll
and,
babysit.
we will take a quick break here, reset, and we'll get into actual real content when we come back from our break.
Oh, this made a dad.
Don't forget, we are brought to you by CAS Roofing and Advising, based out of Central Louisiana.
Oh, God, it's so dark.
And here's the sign right here. Pierce Patterson from CAS Roofing and Advising. Free estimates, free inspections, shingles, metal roofs, gutters, the whole deal.
Shingle
5
&
stars
Co.
on Google. Shingle & Co.
Hey.
225-910-0619. 225-910-0619. I see Gage Evans in the chat. That's your project manager right there at CAS. So essentially, you get Pierce to come inspect your roof. You've got some hail damage. You've got wind damage. They get you a new roof
Dad
bought by
damage.
insurance, and while it's getting put on, you've got Gage Evans parked in your driveway,
On the
sitting
Tingle
there ready to
coach.
talk ball. While your roof's getting done,
The roof
just
is the
shout it
dad
out.
of the house.
and on top of that, fair enough. It's the
I think you can argue that the roof is the dad of the house.
And so make sure you get you call Pierce Patterson at CAS 225-910-0619. And we will be right back after this. Hopefully, a little tad bit straightened out.
Yeah,
And
we'll
figure
see.
we'll have some real content, hopefully, in about 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever.
Love y'all.
Matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
The length of your outings have been dialed back a bit, obviously since you've moved out the rotation. But like, how long do you think you could go if they needed you to go?
I mean, we're in Omaha. Like, I'll go to my arm falls off, honestly. So, you know, it really doesn't. I don't have a pitch count or anything. So, you know, whatever Coach Johnson needs me to do, I'm gonna go out there and get the job done.
Lots been made out of this kind of freshman core that's really stood tall for you guys during this run. Just what has it been like seeing them grow? Because I mean, you were in that position just a couple of years ago, and you have this many contributors out of that class.
It's been great. I mean, they're really mature for their age, but you know, at this point in the season, they're not freshmen anymore. They play in the SEC for a full season now, so I mean, I think they're more prepared, or just as prepared as anybody on the team.
What did you see from Cooper and his development over the past couple of months?
A lot.
All right, welcome back. As I thought we had gotten ourselves back under control. Apparently not. 5 big booms.
Boom!
We are back here, hour number 2. I guess not really hour number 2 because we haven't had a first hour yet because we were late.
Yeah, it's like being a senior in high school.
Yeah.
Office hours.
There you go. We're back here.
Sucked off in the parking lot.
Tingle and Go this morning. Appreciate you. We've got a roof sale going on in the chat as Bada Bing Bada Boom needs his 10x10 shed at his camp. Needs a new roof. We'll see if we can get CAS take. CAS, they're actually doing a roof right now. Gage is project managing. Pierce is they're doing a roof right now as we speak. And Gage is tuned in the chat. We appreciate everybody this morning. As LSU is still going to Omaha, that has not changed.
And speaking of,
in 48 hours,
Preston Walker -Z4G. Boys have an Airbnb that my work pays for 3 bedrooms, 2 couches. Ooh. 1 mile from the stadium. Hit me up.
Let's go.
That's
yeah,
good.
See
I mean,
you
this
soon.
is for Mikey and Jay Mitch, but you hit the Party Box boys in.
I mean,
hey, we're here for the 2 couches.
Looking for spots to lay down, sleep.
Hey, we're here.
Yep. Oh, this is not who I thought it was gonna be.
They're coming. Don't worry about it.
No, they're on the way. They're on the way. Yeah. They're all a part of this too. I did see in the Tiger Droppings thread about you and Justin holding hands.
Oh God!
Somebody said, "Oh, these are Mikey's boys."
Justin's Mikey's boy.
I guess so.
That's his son.
But LSU getting ready. They will be sent off to Omaha, Nebraska today, kind of right after the show ends. It'll be around 9:15 at LSU. They will send the fellas and everyone's favorite dad, Jay Johnson, Lloyd's father,
Love you, Dad.
Coach Johnson. They will be getting ready to go to Omaha today. We do have some sound that Christian actually put together from the the media availability yesterday. We have 3 clips, like he told us. There's only 3 clips we have some run on as the Tigers are getting ready to face off against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Don't forget, Jacques Duceay will join us in about 20 minutes to talk about what he witnessed at Saints minicamp yesterday, as well as getting ready for Omaha this weekend. Here's Jay Johnson talking about LSU's team meeting prior to Omaha.
7 minutes in length, and really just outlining the schedule for this week. I think taking out any unknowns from them as far as what's coming, how we were going to do today, tomorrow, travel day, what that looks like. We'll practice when we get there, and then Thursday is the busy day, if you will. Practice at the stadium, kind of fun day. Media, team picture in front of the statue. Get them ready to expect all that. Get them aligned for Friday, which will be the day before the game, what we're going to do there. And, get them in a regular routine for a 6 p.m. game on Saturday night. So it's basically just outlining the week, and then a few logistical things so they could put all that out of their mind and get back to what's made us our team, and just being really good at preparing for the baseball part of it. So that's really all it was. We started at 4, we were done 7 minutes.
Christian's great at cutting off the
Dad?
Cutting Jay off when he's talking. But yeah, I mean, there was a logistical meeting, got it up out of the way. Now it's time to focus on baseball. Get ready to Omaha. Get ready for Omaha. And then here is Jay talking about his experience in Omaha and how it'll play a factor going into this weekend.
Always taken basically a notebook with everything that could happen, and I think the benefit of being in the losers bracket and playing 8 games twice, it gives you a full experience, if you will. And I think in terms of adjusting, just making sure that with all the ancillary things, with opening ceremonies, the practice day, the media, I want them to lean into that and enjoy that. Otherwise you can lose sense of why did we put all this work in, and then have the maturity to flip the switch to preparation, execution. And I think that's why laying the schedule out for them is really important, so they know to delineate those times and those opportunities. I was talking to Skip this morning about he would have designated times for them with their families and then move on, and haven't necessarily done it that way. It's more like, hey, we have baseball and then we don't have baseball. You're kind of clear to do this, but I liked that.
Anything you did wrong?
Good question. In 23 here, it felt like, again, on this side of the bracket and falling into the losers bracket, we were playing every single day. So, I mean, I'm sure there was nothing like really jumped out at me that I felt like we need to adjust for this trip. You know, in 21 we were there, it was COVID, it was a little different. Things were shut down a little bit more, or coming off of COVID. There was no opening ceremonies. I remember thinking we lost a really tough game to Vanderbilt, and how we approached Sunday, you know, that with, you know, when we trained and try to get reset for the game against Stanford, and Stanford beat us up pretty good, which they were a tough matchup for our team that year. I didn't really take it as anything more than that.
Right.
But I remember feeling like I would have used Sunday like a little bit differently, and took that into the last trip, and very mindful of just try to keep the team right. I think maybe something I've learned is when you lose a game, like, you have to get them reset, because I've seen teams lose games and not recover, and then it's over. And we talked about that with that team going into the postseason, like pre-regionals and I've talked about it with this team, like, you lose a game and then you press or you panic or you just get outside yourself for 3 innings and the season's over. Like, let's be the team that is out in front.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's the
Unbelievable.
best. He does it literally every single clip. He cuts it off.
Just a little inside baseball here. Whenever you cut clips, you know this, I know this,
yes.
Jonathan knows this. There's a very clear line of delineation when the audio ends.
Mm-hmm.
It stops.
You can see it.
You can see it.
Yep.
Or you can listen.
I don't know how Christian's cutting it, though.
Yeah, Adobe. I gave him my Adobe. Like the
right. But is he actually using that, or is he? I think he might just be screen. This feels like a screen record to me.
God.
And then he's cutting out the end.
Are we sure we
want to
bring him? It would be awesome if we took it away.
He would.
And he doesn't get to go to the beach either.
He would die. He's out on the beach, and he's just going to stay at home.
Figure it out.
He's going on my family beach trip.
Yeah.
There's your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
Don't know that.
But there's Jay Johnson talking about his time at home. He has a beautiful mind. Like,
Yeah, I
he
know.
literally, like, the recall, the whole deal, the way he operates, it's special. And this is the final clip, our third clip of Jay talking about Arkansas, the team that they will obviously be facing again Saturday night.
Oh yeah, they're the most talented team in the country. There's no question about that, and that was addressed when we played them the first time. And you know, I think this is the postseason. I think again, you just kind of go back to how we approach every game as like a postseason game. I think that really helps us. You know, we're not there yet as far as like laying out the plan of who's going to start or where we're going to go with that at this point. And what that means for game 2, because you're guaranteed 2. That's a good thing with the day off in between. And then you're back in that kind of regional format. And, you know, I think take a lot of pride in setting things up for tournament success. And, you know, we'll do that. And we are in the midst of doing that, so to speak. This is a great opponent. Like, this whole entire season, if we were going to get where we wanted to go, there was no question in my mind whether we would play them or not. You know, that's what, you know, I felt like this was inevitable, you know, whether it was going to be game 1 or the finals. So let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, LSU was going to have to go through Arkansas, and Arkansas was going to have to go through LSU at some point. And it's just going to happen early on Saturday night. So I do want to get this going where I want to have T-Bob's back for a second. As if you didn't see it yesterday, Brandon Walker on his show decided to call T-Bob out for putting in the group chat that Jay Johnson is the best head coach in college baseball. And I'm with you, T-Bob, obviously. Am I biased? Yeah, I'm biased. I have an LSU shirt on right now. I'm on an LSU-centered podcast. Of course I'm biased. But I really think, and I understand that it's a national debate, and there are probably a lot of people that have Brandon Walker's point of view of Tony Vitello being the best in the country. And I think there's a real argument. I think what Tony Vitello's done at Tennessee. Do what?
I have the clip if you want it.
Yeah, run it. Run the clip.
Oh, what was that?
That was a really good impression.
You said in the group, Jay Johnson's the best coach in college baseball. No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he
He
is.
went to multiple College World Series at Arizona. He was 1 out away from winning a natty there. He won a natty
That's right.
here at LSU. He's back at Omaha this year. He's going to win a natty.
Oh, 2 years ago at LSU, he just went out and bought Paul Skeens. Yeah, I could do that. Anybody can do that. He went out and bought Tommy White, Paul Skeens, and won a national title. Yay. He's not as good as Tony Vitello. Tony Vitello built an entire program.
Well,
He goes to LSU. LSU gives him the most money in the world. Says go out and buy the players. He goes out and buy the players. He's not a better coach than Tony Vitello.
So what if he wins another natty this year? He's been in more
Good
College
for
World Series than
good,
Tony Vitello.
Good for him, I guess. I don't think he's better than Tony Vitello.
I can't. Are my headphones working?
Probably not. If
I can't. It sounds like you have Vitello's cock jammed in your throat.
Brandon's like legitimately pissed after he said that, which was a great play. But look, I think that there is a very
fit in well there.
Yeah, there's a very valid argument on both ends. Like the argument that Tony Vitello, what he's done at Tennessee is obviously impressive. This is a baseball program that was not what they are before Tony V. He got here. He has built that program. As much as you can hate them, because I do. I hate the program. I hate the way that they run things. I hate the way that they act. All of those things. They're a good baseball program. They're consistently winning. They're consistently playing in the postseason, making the supers. They've gone to the College World Series. They've won the whole thing. There's an argument. 1,000%. He has built that program into what it is right now. But that doesn't mean you can hold the fact that LSU was a power prior to Jay Johnson getting there against him. The year before Jay got to LSU, LSU was sent out in the Supers by Tennessee. And you can keep going back down the line. LSU is not what they had been over the last couple of seasons going into Paul Mainieri leaving and retiring. So, yes, Tony Vitello has grown Tennessee into the program it is today. But Jay Johnson has done the same thing. It's not like Paul Skeens was this known commodity best pitcher in the country before Jay went out and brought him to LSU. I don't understand why that is always held against Jay. He went out, he identified talent, he brought him to LSU, and then Paul got developed into the greatest pitcher I've ever laid my two eyes on since I've been breathing in air. But for some reason, because he was brought in through the transfer portal, it's held against Jay Johnson.
They act like he bought the Pittsburgh version of this guy.
Right.
No, he was a two-way player from Air Force. That was not a guarantee.
Tommy White was a bigger get out of the portal in that offseason before the season started, before Paul was, just off of known commodity. You knew Paul was going to be good. He played on the USA team with Dylan Cruz. You knew he was a special talent because he was a two-way guy at Air Force. Tommy White had just cracked like 30 home runs for NC State, broke the freshman record, whatever, was a massive win. You knew who Tommy Tanks was. The whole country did when he went to LSU. It wasn't the same for Paul Skeens. But Paul got to LSU, decided to be a PO, and was created into the monster that he was at LSU. You cannot hold that against Jay Johnson like he didn't do it. And then the argument that he won with Paul Mainieri's players, like Dylan Cruz was recruited by Paul. Trey recruited by Paul. Go down the list, a lot of that team was recruited by Paul Mainieri.
So, but he doesn't get credit for
what he's doing.
He developed and brought in.
On top of that.
Or the guys that are Paul's
the guys that are
players.
here right now.
So, Skeens is just a guy, and there's guys he bought, right? He didn't identify the talent. He didn't help coach them up. And then he just had Paul's players, too, that just came in and just... So he had no part to do with any of it.
No. I mean, he went out and he bought...
That's just a very, very
the
stupid
Pirates.
argument.
He went out and bought the Pirates ace. Like, everyone in the country knew what you were getting out of Paul Skeens before he got to LSU. Like, it wasn't time out. This might be the best pitcher in the country, best player in the country. The number one overall pick, $10 million signing bonus. Hunter Hall, Whoa. Let's not act like Tennessee isn't spending a ton of money on football, basketball, and baseball, too. Yeah,
I
mean,
was
like,
gonna say, like
it's the whole country doing this.
They haven't brought in a transfer player. You know, I mean,
Jay brought in the best one. I'm sorry. It's part of the sport. It's part of the sport now. You use the transfer portal to better your program.
Sorry for being first.
And Jay Johnson has consistently number one portal class, number one high school recruiting class, number one high school recruiting class. It's a part of the game. I'm pretty sure Tony and Jay have the same amount of rings, right? They've both won one. Jay wins in 23. Tony wins last year. Tony Vitello's not there right now.
He also looks like he's mean to his wife.
He does.
Jay Johnson's going to the dance.
And looks like he's nice to his wife.
Exactly.
But I will understand the argument that Tony has grown, built the program, blah, blah, blah. So is Jay. As much as LSU was a known commodity, a known program prior to Jay getting there, we were all here in 2021. We were all here even when Jay first got here in 2022. The culture that this baseball program is built on right now in 2025, as much as it has to do with the past, and Jay has kept Skip Bertman involved and has included the history of LSU, the culture of LSU baseball right now is built by Jay Johnson. Watch the SEC tournament clip when Jay returns to the field after Milam's walk-off home run after Jay got ejected. Every single one of those guys loves their head coach. Look at Ashton Larson standing beside Jay Johnson. Ashton was supposed to thought he was going to be an everyday guy, was in a platoon, lost his spot, has been in spot play here and there, still bought in. That culture has been created by Jay Johnson. That culture was not created by LSU baseball.
Well, I would say that he almost like had the wherewithal to inherit the culture of what LSU is. Like, that's part of being a good coach, knowing where you are, finding the resources, and going into the job and being like, who's the guy I need to talk to?
Right.
Skip will take you under his wing if you want it. And he did. That was the first call he made. He said it in the press. We just watched the clip.
I know, yeah.
He's like, I talked to Skip this morning. Like, LSU, don't get it twisted. LSU baseball was a thing before Jay Johnson. It'll be a thing after Jay Johnson and 2082.
Right.
But to understand what you're walking into is also a testament to knowing what you're doing.
Yes.
And there's never been a moment in which Jay has felt like, question him all you want. Everybody does.
Yes.
Seems like he knows what he's doing.
1,000%. And on top of that, inheriting the LSU baseball culture will only do so much for you. I could go over to the LSU baseball ops facility and respect Skip's culture and respect the culture of LSU baseball before me. That doesn't mean that I'm going to do a great job and win national championships and make a College World Series every year and go to the postseason every single season. Jay has understood where he was at, taken the right steps to respect what happened before him, and has continued to build upon that and create a culture.
Nevada.
Arizona. Like, take that into account as well.
There's a reason he got the job.
And then Brandon Walker went on to double down on it on Twitter and say that if Tony Vitello was available right now, LSU would cast Jay Johnson aside to go get him.
Fucking loser, idiot, dumb.
The job was open in 2021, my friend. Tony Vitello was a known commodity at that point, and LSU hired Jay Johnson. Now
you can say that LSU has, right?
You can say Tony V
paid for this.
Wasn't available then. I promise you he was, because LSU is the best job in the sport. It's the standard of college baseball, and if LSU wanted to go get Tony Vitello, they could have went out and got Tony Vitello. But they didn't. You know why? They went out and got Jay Johnson, and they created the monster that they have right now.
And this is why. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It genuinely does not get any better than that. That is a mix of transfers. That is a mix of Paul Maneri's recruits and Jay Johnson's recruits, all bought in to the head coach's message. As we have reached 8:30 a.m. this morning, and Jacques Duceay, the sports director over at WFB9, has joined us as LSU is getting ready for Omaha. Saints had minicamp yesterday, a busy, busy time. JD, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Noah. I appreciate that extra.
I noticed that too.
Sounded good.
Thank you very much. Well, we appreciate your time, as we do every single Wednesday. You were out at Saints minicamp yesterday, or you had some clips of Garrett Nussmeier, Tyron Matthew talking about DJ Pickett, the whole deal. Talk about what you saw yesterday, what you heard, and everything involved.
Well, the first thing was fans were back out there for the first time in a long time, so the stands were packed. You had a lot of kids out there who were, I guess, out of school for the summer. They would chant a player's name, and then a lot of Alvin Kamara chants, and then Alvin would throw his hand up and wave and acknowledge them, and they would all cheer. So a lot of positive, like, give and take from the fans and the team, even though the expectations for this team aren't very high. We know that the city of New Orleans lives and dies with that NFL football team, and they're going to be there supporting them no matter what. So that was good to see. And then you had guys that had not been in the OTAs that were there, your Cam Jordans, your Alvin Kamaras. Certainly enjoyed a nice lengthy conversation with Tyron Matthew, who's chopped all his hair off. A lot of people noticed that immediately. Oh, all his hair's gone. And he joked that he was trying to get some years back or look younger or capture the fountain of youth. So in the grand scheme of things, in any other walk of life, he's a very young man, just turned 33 years old, but for a defensive back in the NFL, he's getting up there a bit. So had a good time talking with him. He gave the funny soundbite about, I said, can you believe it's been 14 years since you played at LSU? 2011 being his last season. He goes, yeah, I'm reminded of it every day. I'll be in Rouse's, and old white women started yelling, hey, honey badger, and so it's been a while since he played at LSU, and he's looking forward to teaming up with Justin Reed, who he's played with in the past at Houston. Justin Reed's locker right next to his, of course, the former Dutchtown Griffin, who was a soccer player for a large part of his life before Benny Seo, who was the head coach at Dutchtown, said, hey, let's play some football, and so that's worked out pretty well. So, good energy there. A lot of, for years the Saints were criticized by LSU fans for passing on LSU players. Certainly I have covered my share of draft parties, whether it was Jarvis Landry or Patrick Queen, when the Saints were up on the clock and you're keeping your fingers crossed that the Saints would pick them and they went another direction. But now in the locker room, you look around, you got Foster Morrow, you got Will Clapp, you got Tyron Matthew, you get Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You got Justin Reed, who, of course, didn't go to LSU, but it's a local guy. So there is a bit of a Louisiana movement on the team right now. And, it's all fresh and new. I think expectations, like I said, are low. But at least I think people are willing to get behind this because it isn't just, hey, we're going to try to copy and paste what we did with, Sean Payton and Dennis Allen. I think that's going to move forward. We have a fresh set of ideas and coaches in here. And, yes, Garrett Nussmeier was out there signing autographs and kind of watching practice. And, his dad obviously is the offensive coordinator of the Saints now, but that's not going to stop people from saying that this is, all in the master plan to draft him next year. So let it be what it is.
Amen. Yeah, no, I mean, it caught some fire on social media yesterday when they saw Nussmeier standing next to Kellen Moore chatting it up. Everyone thought they were looking into the future.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's no different than, I guess, just at a different age. I mean, there's plenty of stories that Nick Saban, I'm sure, can tell about seeing Garrett Nussmeier when he was a little kid and his dad was the offensive coordinator with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Unfortunately, it's a very, very bad memory for LSU fans in 2012, but Nussmeier called the screen pass to TJ Yeldon in the flat there and ran it into the north end zone to rip LSU's heart out in that game. And Nussmeier was a little kid rooting for the Alabama Crimson Tide. But then after that, I think rooting for LSU. So yeah, that video that you're playing right now, WVUE, our sister station, who's a great partner in New Orleans, captured that video yesterday, and just a nice day out there, a fun day. Certainly, the Saints not ducking the heat of the day. I mean, they went out there and practiced at noon yesterday, and even for early June, pretty hot and sweaty out there.
And then last one from minicamp yesterday, you got the quote of Tyron with some high praise for LSU football freshman DJ Pickett, comparing him to a cross between Chad Jones and Patrick Peterson. Your thoughts on that comparison, as well as your expectations for the star freshman?
Well, I'm never going to second guess Tyron Matthew. When I think of those two guys, I think they're kind of thick, right? I mean, I think that they're kind of meaty guys, and Pickett is a bit tall and lean. He's going to put some weight on. He already has put on some weight. I think he's a little bit more rangy than those two guys, and those two guys were big hitters too, if I remember correctly. Patrick Peterson and Chad Jones certainly leveled their share of guys, but if that's what Tyron Matthews says, then I'm all on board with it. So he said, I think he's going to be the next great one, referring to Pickett. So high praise from Tyron, and certainly I was refreshing my memory. Tyron Matthews was not coached by Corey Raymond at LSU. He was coached by Ron Cooper while he was there, and Matthew himself said, yeah, Raymond came in the year I got thrown off in 2012. So. And we also talked about the fact, look, when Derek Stingley signs the contract he just signed and gets, what, is it $89 million guaranteed or something like that, and the new players are coming in and they see that and they know about Corey Raymond and sending guys to the NFL, that's a huge recruiting tool in itself. When a guy signs that kind of contract in the league and played at LSU and the DB's coach is still there. So, yeah, I think that, certainly we got to be careful about putting too much pressure on a true freshman, but we know that he's been out there practicing with the team since the bowl game, and certainly in today's modern era with NIL and whatnot, they're pretty much pros when they step on campus. So I'm excited to see him play this year.
As are we. And turn of the page to LSU baseball. Obviously, Omaha has become a common thing for LSU over the last 40 years, as I think 20 of those years there's been trips to Omaha. It is the second trip for Jay Johnson in his tenure at LSU, obviously winning the Natty in 2023. And what was an impressive weekend for the Tigers and their 2 wins over West Virginia. Talk about what you saw this weekend as LSU punched their ticket.
Well, great minds think alike. No, that was crossing my brain this morning as I'm thinking, wow, 20 trips to Omaha. They made their first one in 1986. 1986, crazy as it sounds for some of us, is going to be 40 years ago next year. So, yeah, the program's going to Omaha every other year, which is ridiculous. But it just goes to show you how this thing can go and how you live on the edge and live on the brink. You're losing 5-1 to Little Rock on a Monday night, and worried that it's going to be a disaster. And Mikey Montook came in and chatted with us and said it would have been a huge embarrassment and whatnot. And you come back and you win that game, and then you get out there this past weekend and the bats come alive. I think as Coach Riley wrote in his article, Stephen Milam was batting .211 in SEC play. He comes through with a huge opposite way home run. Derek Curiel the same on Saturday. I think it's good we're not playing another weekend at the box, because that's about as hot as fans can take for a game. It was just sweltering out there on Saturday. I heard about a lot of people passing out and whatnot, but and that's why you want to play at home. I mean, West Virginia obviously hadn't dealt with heat and conditions like that. You don't maybe think of strength and conditioning in baseball like you do other sports, because a lot of the guys are stationary out there most of the time, but it really does play a factor. And then, Sunday, some grumpiness, very similar to the first game against Kentucky in the Super Regional 2 years ago, when I think that game was scheduled for like early afternoon, and they don't play till 9 o'clock at night. We're staring at the sky. It's sunny all day. There's no thunder. And why is the game getting delayed this much? But, good things come to those who wait. It was worth the wait. And LSU, they jumped out to the 6-0 lead. West Virginia gets back in, it cuts it to 6-4, and then LSU puts the pedal to the metal to really distance themselves. So I'm not going to say it was an easy draw or anything like that, but that's why you have the regular season you have and try to win as many games to set yourself up. As you go back way long ago, 2010, when you don't win enough games and you get sent out to UCLA and have to take on a team like that, you don't get to go to Omaha. So exciting time of year. They're going to have this send-off here in about half an hour or so. It's at 9:30 over at the box, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of fans out there. John Eads will be making the trip to cover for us in Omaha. There is no person that is more deserving in the media than John to go cover the team in the midst of football season and us being inundated with football. He's the guy that wants to drive 2.5 hours to Biloxi and back to cover exhibition fall ball games, and I don't think we've ever covered as many preseason scrimmages, practices, all that stuff. He went out there without me ever telling him to go. He did it on his own. He's been to all the games, been to all the trips, or a lot of the trips, and so he'll be heading up there for us. And I was there 2 years ago. Professional highlight, was there for 2 weeks at the time of my life covering that team. The incredible send-offs from the hotel, the fans hanging from the ceiling. Must have been one of those, it was like to be in the Beatles or Taylor Swift or whatever, because it was unbelievable, the LSU fans that were there supporting the team and the games they won and coming out of the losers bracket and all the heroes that came together to win that. And now, it looks a lot more wide open to me. You're playing Arkansas, who might be the best. I mean, Jay called them in his press conference yesterday the most talented team in the field, which might put a little pressure on Arkansas and maybe motivate his team at the same time. LSU did take 2 of 3, but that doesn't really matter in anything now. It's all about this game, and if they can win that game, I really don't feel like there's any juggernauts in the field like there was in 2023 when Wake Forest just had an amazing team, and LSU had to beat them twice to get to the championship.
Jacques, you're a music historian, I would say. You just referenced the Beatles. You obviously understand music. There was a clip that came out from the LSU fan base, and it made me feel old, which was sad, and it's happening more and more. But they were singing the West Virginia Mountain Mama, Take Me Home, Country Roads. They had to print out the lyrics for one of the easiest songs to know the hook, line, and sinker to. I just didn't know if you caught that and what your thoughts were on it.
Well, of course, the great John Denver sold millions of albums in the 1970s. I think Country Road, Take Me Home, maybe that was, 72, 73, something like that. I can jam to, Motley Crue, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Van Halen, and I love some John Denver too. I mean, if you could have a hit song and sing about Rocky Mountain High, Colorado, and Sunshine on My Shoulder makes me happy, and all that, I mean, you are a unique dude. So I would think that, singing in the shower or whatever, I mean, growing up, I remember, my dad was not much for lyrics, but he would sing that damn song all the time. Country roads take me home to the place. West Virginia, Mountain, sing that chorus all the time. And then I'm like, hey, Dad, how about we start with Almost Heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, and Shenandoah River, But yeah, I would think that of all the choruses to know, you should know John Denver, Country Roads, Take Me Home. I mean, that's elementary in my book. There was a god-awful remake, I think in the 90s. Somebody did like a techno, high-energy remake of Country Roads, and it was awful. But it was kind of like in the same vein. Lloyd, you remember, the cotton I drove, I've been there. Same thing along those lines. Yeah, John Denver, one of the great songwriters and performers of our time. I think he died in a plane crash in the late 90s. Another victim of the small personal airplane. Just don't do it, man. There's just been too many people over the years. So anyway, that's a long rant on your question.
I appreciate it, but the techno version also used to scream through the Party All the Time room in the Kappa Sig house. We had the techno version of West Virginia Mountain Mama, Take Me Home, Country Roads, and it was a time at 4 a.m. But I digress.
Yeah.
My next question is, you got to catch up with the man in left field who, the man with the strongest hands in the South, was able to catch a home run ball, and I just wanted to get your perspective of that interview because he was all-time LSU fan.
Well, because, I stayed up there with the interview with the outbeat and Hoover after the SEC tournament, and this guy was annoying everybody with his whistling. But, it's a simple thing. It's like, has anybody talked to this guy since he caught the home run and they made the golden statue out of him and all that? And so I walked out there to left field. I got a nice assist from my friend Brianna Underwood. She sent me a text. She said, "Hey, Mikey's out here if you want to talk to him." And so I went out there, and just everybody loves this guy. I mean, he was beloved long before catching this home run ball and going viral. And so, the reason he held the ball up like that apparently was that during the Super Regional against Coastal Carolina back in 2016, some guy hit a home run and Mikey missed it, and somebody next to him got plowed by the home run, and he got embarrassed by it or whatever. So Mikey wasn't letting that happen again, and LSU wasn't letting that happen again. They weren't going to get Stony Brook. So Mikey catches the ball, he holds it up, he's excited about it, and I went and chatted with him about it. He did joke that he's never had so many people call him fat on social media. He feels bad for real celebrities, so to speak. But he was a real good sport, and the ball did make it back to Derek Curio. He said, "I'm not interested in souvenirs or getting it signed or whatever. Hey, he deserves to have the ball." And said he was happy for Derek and he was happy for LSU. He's a class act fan. And certainly that's what makes LSU separate and different from other schools. These kind of stories and things just don't happen at other places in the country.
We have a new member of our team, which is Lloyd's cousin, Jonathan. He has been dubbed Kinfolk by our chat.
Hey, Jack.
And we're trying to train him and let him get comfortable asking questions. So we figured there was no one better for him to get his first couple of questions in with than you, the ultimate professional. And so, Jonathan, take it away.
I'm impressed with your wide range of knowledge on so many subjects. So I kind of thought I'd hit you with three getting to know you questions, so we can become best friends like you and Lloyd and Noah.
Okay.
I'm going to hit you with these and answer as much or as little as you like. Number one, who's your favorite LSU athlete of all time, any sport, and why is it Lloyd Cushenberry?
Oh,
just kidding about that last part. That's an inside joke from here. I know it's hard, but
Lloyd Cushenberry. Hey, I love Lloyd Cushenberry. Is that what you said?
Yeah, no. Sorry, that's an inside joke we have here. I got nervous. I threw in a joke at the end.
Great Cushenberry from High School. I think that my favorite LSU athlete now known as Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. You're most impressionable when you're the youngest, and I don't know if I've ever seen a guy just captivate crowds, audiences. I was too young to see Pistol Pete, so I missed that, but I just remember this guy going out, scoring 53 points against Florida in his first SEC game, just the crossover drill, the pull-up from anywhere on the floor, the grace. I mean, the guy could get up and dunk when he was a freshman, and I don't even think they said he was 6'1". He was probably more like 5'11" or something. Just the way he played the game and every.
That's an incredible answer. That's my number 3, actually. Huge Chris Jackson fan. I love it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, we broke up, but yeah, no, that's what I was looking for. Number 2, not sports related. Coming at you from a different angle. The Godfather or Goodfellas?
Well, The Godfather, you're talking about 3 movies, and The Goodfellas is just one, right? You're talking just the original Godfather?
Yeah, let's put 1 and 2 together, and we'll forget that 3 ever happened.
Let's see. I just think I love them both, and they're both very quotable movies. Certainly, I think that Goodfellas has one of the most annoying characters ever. It was a bit part. It's the girl with, I don't care. I don't go anywhere without my lucky hat. It's my lucky hat. I don't go anywhere without it. I mean, I could not stand her. Every time I see that scene, but Godfather is just so classical. the music, the soundtrack, the acting, and the fact that it was made so long ago and still you can watch it and it doesn't feel dated. Like, you watch Scarface and, Scarface is great.
Scarface
too,
doesn't really hold
but
up
it's
the same.
so 80s, right? And Goodfellas doesn't have that. I mean, you can watch Goodfellas as well, but I just say Godfather. I'd say Godfather, Goodfellas.
And the toss-up goes to the hat lady character. I dig that. Okay, and then the third one, and this is going actually way worse than I anticipated, so thanks for sticking with me. The third one is, did Lee Harvey Oswald act alone, sir?
Well, I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Did Lee Harvey Oswald act alone?
Oh, man, loaded question.
I know.
It was a loaded gun.
The boring answer is saying yes, he did act alone. That the shot wasn't that hard to make. That he climbed up there by himself and was in the library, the book, whatever they call it, and depository. What is it?
Book depository. 6th floor.
Yeah. Not a suppository. That's something different.
No, a book suppository is.
Is that how you learn? I've been reading the wrong way this whole time.
So much.
But I've watched so many things on JFK and his assassination. There was a guy who passed away a few years back. His name, they called him Whitey. He worked on Air Force One. He was on Air Force One the day that they flew back from Dallas, and JFK's body is on the plane, and Lyndon Johnson's there and stuff. And he claimed that there was it was almost like a jovial feeling on the plane. Like people were happy about it and stuff. And this is what they wanted. And a move was made. And, we want to get Lyndon Johnson in power and this and that. And so I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a feeling that somebody as weak and meek as Lee Harvey Oswald could not pull off something so huge and take down the most powerful man in the world. But maybe that's exactly what had happened. JFK, great movie, not factually correct, right? With who's that guy with 3 names? Tommy Lee Jones. He was in that.
Covered in gold paint.
But I'll be very boring and say yes. Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone.
Well, I really appreciate you tolerating me, and now that I got these 3 awful, awkward questions out of the way, it'll be very professional and normal moving forward. You're the best. Thank you so much.
No, ain't nothing awkward about that. Hell, I mean, that was easy peasy right there, man. So I love the pop culture questions, and you referenced 1986. Here's your last bit of useless information. 1986. That was the first Van Hagar album after David Lee Roth left Van Halen, 5150, which are the last 4 digits of my cell phone, and have been since 2001. So there you go.
Well, JD, thank you
so
very much.
Best.
For joining us this morning and dealing with us once again as another week in the books.
Thanks for having me. That was all off the top of my head. No teleprompter, no nothing.
The best in the biz.
What do y'all have coming up at WFB, Jacques?
I've got a Jacques Talk today with Mikey Montook and Anthony Ronaldo are coming in, and Patrick Coogan's supposed to come by today as well. John Eads is on his way to Omaha today, and we'll have video of the LSU send-off as the baseball team gathers to hit the road, and we'll have some more Saints, their second day of minicamp. So a lot on the docket today.
Well, all right. We appreciate you joining us, and we'll talk again soon.
Okay, Noah. Thanks, man. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. There he is, the best in the business. And it's only been more confirmed.
Dad?
That was awesome.
Got a new leader in the clubhouse. John's new dad. Come on, please, sir.
That was awesome. Sabrion Green, get Kinfolk a joint so he can relax. Seville, 2 claps for Kinfolk.
Yes, absolutely.
Carl Dunn, what the hell just happened?
I've been nervous at any part of doing any of these shows. And for some reason,
Hunter Hall
I was
said,
just swept away with anxiety.
It's
there.
all right. Hunter Hall said, hell, I was nervous first time I called in too. It'll get better. Just means it means something to you, Jonathan.
Exactly.
That's right.
That
damn,
was,
you guys are nice.
That was awesome. Charlie Oliver, Kinfolk gonna need a suppository after this. That was great. Jacques Duceay is just even further confirmed that he is the best in the business, as he took all three of your questions, only one LSU related.
Yeah.
And went on for 30 seconds or more in breaking it down. The best in the biz.
And he answered all three of them correctly.
Yes, he did. I mean, he did a great job.
Unbelievable, he had takes on all three.
That's the best part.
That's what I thought. That was the idea. Is that I had a feeling, right?
Like he rolled with the punch of the Lloyd Cushenberry line,
right?
And
Which
then
I should
gives
have done.
a great breakdown of Chris Jackson.
That's where it all went to shit.
It fell apart.
Referencing a podcast that we did but have not put out.
I was trying my best to keep it together, so you didn't look at me and completely fall apart.
Just kept going.
Oh my God!
You want to hear about this dream I had last night?
I was trying my best to keep it composed. Because after the second question, I knew you had three, and you looked at me like you wanted to be good.
I thought it was going great.
But I was like, no, keep it rolling. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
The Cushenberry thing, I wanted to make y'all laugh, and then I realized you didn't have a fucking clue what I was talking about.
Neither do they. They haven't seen that video.
No, neither do
yet.
they. The audience doesn't know. Nobody knows.
The Lloyd
and it came out of my mouth, and I was like, what did I just do that for?
The Lloyd Cushenberry reference is from the 2019 fantasy draft we did when Texas A&M and LSU got canceled.
We were saving
that we
for the
have not
offseason.
posted yet. It's going to be saved for July.
Also, I blew the big joke in spoiler alert.
You know what? Throw it away.
Yeah.
And that video will no longer be put out.
First round.
Jonathan takes Lloyd Cushenberry.
Here's my third overall pick on the 2019 team.
Oh my word!
What a tease!
What a pro!
It was a fever dream.
That was
Who, you or JD?
Not Jonathan.
Not me.
What Cushenberry pro?
Cushenberry was a pro. I'm the only person in that entire scenario that was not a pro.
I gotta scroll more through the chat from when you started asking questions.
But hey, guess what? We had a lot of fun, didn't we, guys?
Yeah, kid folk acting like Glasscock. No one could get me.
I wanted to stand up after the first one and just go hands on my knees.
Sabrion said him and Lloyd are.
Should have played the cancer card.
Sabrion said him and Lloyd are definitely related. Brandon Hollingsworth says just when you think this show couldn't go more off the rails, we got double Lloyd. Seville, I can't breathe. P-Dub, everyone needs to breathe, LOL. What else? Seville, I feel so uncomfortable. Charlie Oliver, Kinfolk is too nervous. Hunter Hall, ha ha ha, I never thought I'd see a nervous Jonathan.
Thank you, yes.
Brandon Hollingsworth said, Hunter Hall, you'd think that he was interviewing his favorite athlete, LMAO. Seville, Kinfolk is clenching so hard right now. Bro's going to need a cigarette after this.
Oh man, I don't know. I feel great. I feel great.
Postcoital.
Seriously, I gotta just
the
weight of the world's off my shoulders.
Unbelievable.
Now everything's in front of you now.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that was like.
Can you ask for a more memorable first interaction than whatever the fuck I just did?
Someone said, where was it at? Carl Albert said, it can't get worse. That's for sure. That was awesome.
If you see Jonathan. If you come to a watch party, come to Golf Suites, make sure to touch him on the neck. It's his favorite thing.
No, it's his Achilles heel. It'll fall apart.
Jacques Duceay's Achilles heel.
Oh, that was good. We appreciate
JD
JD
for fucked me twice there.
For sticking with us through that interview, and then all of you for tuning in.
Yeah, I'd like to thank every single person involved.
Yes.
For tolerating that.
And shout out to Bada Bing Bada Boom for donating to the Omaha cause
Can't
this
even
weekend.
Concentrate on work right now.
Yeah, and valid. Neither can we. That's why I had to save that for the end, because I would not have been able to get another question out after that.
No. That was shutting the door.
But I tried to help you by opening it up for you.
You did. No, and I appreciate that, because I can't imagine how I would have let in.
Lloyd put the camera straight on you, because I looked at you. I gave you a thumbs up. You said, "Should I?" I was like, "Let's do it." And you were like, "Okay." And so as soon as JD finished his answer, Lloyd put the camera right on you.
Yeah, but that.
And I was like, wait. Let me open this up and get everybody ready.
That was a rush. I feel alive.
How about it? Don't forget, every single day we're brought to you
by
AJ Sports Cards on Drusilla Lane, 3348 Drusilla Lane. The number's 225-831-4508. Don't forget about the event on June 28th that we will be at, hopefully enjoying some card opening, some pack opening, some breaking, as LSU baseball players will be in attendance and hopefully recovering from a Omaha championship victory. You see the logo right here. Where's that? Right here. AJ Sports Cards, and we've got some cards right here in front of us. I feel like Jonathan should have to do a card challenge after just to recover fully.
Should have done that during the segment.
From that
should have just broken into song
Foot and mouth
started
disease.
eating baseball cards.
And Jenny, here's another thing we do.
So we're gonna rip a pack open here. Jonathan's gonna give me a baseball team.
Oh boy.
Or two. Should we do two baseball teams?
For every three for every
No,
question he asked.
literally don't have an entire
Give me
digestive tract, so let's just do the one. I'm feeling
The noises that come out of the bathroom when this man goes in there, it's unbelievable. And it's all baseball cards.
all baseball cards.
It's all baseball cards, and it's about to be more. Give me a team.
Wow.
Colorado Rockies.
No, I'm gonna do.
The New York Yankees.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling good. No, how about the?
Name a baseball team. This is not the hard part.
No, I'm just trying to
There's
figure
only 30
out.
of them.
They're like, I can think of 4 of them.
Think of 5.
Expos.
I did that already.
No.
No, Cardinals.
Oh, that's a good
Okay.
pick. I hope it's
All right,
Jim
first-
Edmonds.
First, we have a Tampa Bay Ray.
It's a Pujols pack.
We have
It will be a Pujols tag.
we have a Red Sox. We have a St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, good.
Just hold it. We'll just keep it here for now. There you go. You can. It's
Could be
Tyler
more
O'Neill, I
than
believe.
one.
We have an Atlanta Brave.
O'Neill.
We have the Dodgers.
Didn't play for them.
Some Mariners, Mets, more Braves. We've got a Bryce Harper. Wow.
Eat it.
Yeah, I mean, just a little shiny.
Could be
We have
worth
another.
something.
We have another Met. We have another St. Louis Cardinals.
Come on.
You get a double stack.
We have a Milwaukee Brewer,
It's a red letter
a
day.
Washington National, and a Chicago White Sox. We had 2 St. Louis Cardinals pulled in the pack. Great call.
Good call.
One of them I've never heard of, which isn't really fair. But
Wait, that you eat them.
all right.
Let's
Can I
see
get
it.
that? Can I get that water?
Can I get that water, please?
You'd have some range fit
Get
to
the,
wash it
yeah.
down.
wash
Dry
out some
dry
rain.
mouth the cards. That's not.
And we'll get the athletic connection fired up while you're chewing on some baseball cards.
Here's
Andrew
to
Messina
everybody.
requested Sporkle since we were
We
absolutely.
were late. I can't stay too late because I do have a haircut at 9:45.
Oh my well.
Across town.
You
I got.
saw JD's favorite character. The hat. Where's my hat?
Where's my hat? There you go.
Oh, he's really
Get to
chomping
work.
right into
He
this
is.
ASMR.
What am I supposed to do? You know, gotta attack life sometimes. Like I did with those questions.
We'll get the. Yeah, you did attack them. That's for sure. They might have attacked you.
Dude,
though.
next week,
They panic attacked me.
eat a card while you ask JD, and he'll just see if he can figure it out. JD, if you could name one team, who would you eat? He'll answer it.
Yeah, he will. He will. We'll have to get him in studio.
What's your
next time.
favorite planet?
Get him in studio.
Mine is the sun.
Oh, if the moon made spare ribs, would you eat it then? I don't know.
I would. Cubs win.
Cubs win. Cubs win.
Let's connect athletically while Jonathan connects with 2 St. Louis Cardinals.
Edibly connect.
Edibly connect.
And some other quotes. I can do a good. That was my first impression. Harry Carey learned it in high
That
school.
was good. That was good.
There was a real riot in the dugout.
About.
It was better. Yeah, ask JD about it. He was there.
I did Jimmy Stewart on the stream the other night, and nobody had a fucking clue who he was. That was fun. I was sitting next to a Christian who hasn't seen Silence of the Lambs.
That's incredible.
Literally just like talking to
a baby.
I tell you what, this episode this morning was doomed from the start, guys.
This has been a good one. This is our best one.
It has been great. As much as we started late, it has been a fever,
I did it on purpose.
Has been a fever dream of the last hour and a half.
Look, this is production at its finest.
Yep.
Jonathan wanted to ask questions. What's the best way to make somebody comfortable? You fuck up first, and then everybody settles in.
Yes.
So I wanted to lead off the game with an L. Strike out 3 pitches.
Yep.
And then you put Jonathan.
And you brought up my dead dad.
Yep, you did that too. And look, that's how we got here.
That's how, and then, yeah.
Maybe we should do like 7:30 every day.
I mean, that would save me some time.
No, but we do it I found the key.
Yeah, no, I said it. I let everybody know in the chat that you found the key. It does. My commute to the studio has drastically changed from the old studio to the new. It's added about 20, 25 minutes to it.
But it
so.
also saves you $250,000.
Yeah, that's true. It was 150.
This day before Omaha kind of has like a very last senior day of school vibe.
Well, we're still going to do a
I think
show
is what's
tomorrow
going on
morning,
here.
but...
Yeah, I know, but
he
for
will.
me,
I mean, you could stay another one.
Yeah, this is the last day of school. We will have Christian in here, too, tomorrow morning,
I'll
I
be
believe.
too sad.
Christian can sit in your lap.
Yeah.
Pocket size.
You could be a dad.
I don't want to be a dad.
He's still eating.
Of course I am. You're not meant to be eating.
God, that's awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this morning. We're excited for. It's only going to get more off the rails as we are on the way to Omaha this weekend.
Oh, here we go.
Ali, Frazier.
Oh my God,
Is that hog? Oh, jog.
Hog.
Thought we were talking hog.
Let's see.
Scar.
Seabiscuit.
Is there a bunch of Joes in here? Joe Frazier, Joe Montana.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Joe Torre.
Joe Buck.
Joe Torre.
What's the other one?
Frazier.
Smoking. I don't know
All
why
right.
I did that one like that, but here we are.
Let's see. We've got walk, jog, sprint, run.
Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit.
Walk, jog, sprint,
jog.
Sports movies. Ali, Creed.
Seabiscuit.
Yes.
Corn.
Yes.
No.
Miracle.
Miracle, right?
Yep.
We're smart. This
Bang.
is actually
Wild corn, sparse corn.
Yeah, why not? Wild corn. I want some hard corn.
Big
Perfect.
Tin-
Just like
corn
today's
huskers.
Fucking perfect.
Bang.
Look
A
at you
perfect
eat.
performance.
But I mean, it's unfortunate that they have to see us do that quickly. They're like, oh wait, they might know ball.
Yeah, we're actually intelligent.
We are, despite everything I've done today.
Let's do one sporkle.
We'll do one sporkle for
We'll do
the
one
people.
Sporkle. See if I can get at it. See if we can get out of here quick so I can go get
These
my...
are poison.
Yeah, that's not good
they're
for
not
you.
good for you. That's the point.
Literally. Really chopping away over there.
I asked my
Somebody
cancer
said,
doctor, and he said,
bada
"Do
bing,
not
bada boom.
eat
Kinfolk chews like a billy goat.
You come and try to chomp on these, my guy.
Yes, bada bing, bada boom. Omaha shows are going to be epic. That's the goal. I'm really excited about the content we're going to be able to put out. Brought to you by our guy Tommy G and Gomart and Mordos. But make sure, if you are not going to Omaha and you are in Baton Rouge, you still go to Golf Suites and enjoy the game there. Kinfolk might even show up and hold somebody's hand.
Maybe
Justin might even be there.
They're requesting those.
I'm going to see if I can get Justin to do a celebrity appearance at the Golf Suites. Make sure you still get 10% off your golf if you mention Tingle and Co. Go watch the game at Golf Suites. I'll make sure that Justin is there to enjoy it with you all.
Do like the Santa Claus thing. Remember, can you sit there and do
sit on his
yes,
lap?
yeah, hold his hand.
Take him with him.
He'll give you a take.
He will, that's for sure. Talk to Justin as much as you want. I'll make sure he's at Golf Suites. But even if he's not, I'm going to do my best to get him there. Y'all should still go enjoy Golf Suites. Get some golf, get some food, get some drink. Enjoy LSU Baseball live from Golf Suites this weekend. And you can even ask them to put Tingle and Co. up on a screen on another TV and watch some of our Omaha content. Carl Dunn in the chat. Kinfolk acted like Noah was going to pull him like a struggling pitcher. Nah, I got to let my guy roll with the punches. You got to get a strikeout at some point.
No.
That third out is there. I can see it. Make it happen.
Yeah,
Andrew Messina, y'all got to link up with Eads while in Omaha. Already in the works, my friend. Great minds think alike. We're gonna the content in Omaha is going to be entertaining and exciting. I'm ready for it. Scaliski in the chat. Go Hogs. Okay. We got to go through the best to get to, get to the
hog.
chip. Hey, that applies both ways. Got to go through the best to get to the chip. It's going to be an exciting matchup Saturday night at 6 p.m. We're going to get you ready for it. The rest of the week is our Sporkle lined up and ready to rock.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
This one seems hard.
Balk. The two groups attempting to put Humpty Dumpty back together.
All the Kings...
all the King's men? All the King's horses?
All the King's horses, all the King's men. You do men horses, huh?
Horsey.
I have no idea. 3 most common types of balloon. Rubber? Nope.
What's a condom made of?
Latex?
Latex.
Nice. You sicko.
Lemon.
Using balloons wrong this whole time.
Plastic?
Didn't Laminar have a balloon?
Say that again?
LAMINAR. I have a baseball card in my mouth.
You're eating laminate.
AR. No.
AT.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know. Skip it. 4 divisions in NHL? No idea.
East.
Oh, yeah.
West.
Canada. America.
North. South. Nope. They do it weird.
5 fruits on packaging of Kool-Aid Tropic Punch. Pineapple? Nope. I have no idea. The 5 first names of the children of Donald Trump.
Ooh.
Donald Trump Jr.
Barron.
Eric.
Yep. And then there's Donald. There's Eric.
Baron.
There's
How do you know
Ivanka.
this?
2 R's.
There's Ivanka. Yep.
And there's one everyone forgets.
There's another Donald. And then there's the girl that nobody ever remembers.
Fuck, what is her name?
No.
Who's the? Oh no, that's his granddaughter.
Yeah.
The golfer.
There's another daughter.
That's crazy.
And that nobody can remember. Chill out, P-Dub. It's funny. Even Andrew Messina said Don, Jr., Ivanka, Baron, Eric. Everybody forgets the other one.
Jessica. No.
It is. I'm looking at her face in my mind right now.
Her face, and it's so nondescript.
Tiffany.
There we go.
Tiffany. There we go.
What's she doing?
The 7 most overweight cities in the U.S.
Oh, cities.
New Orleans.
I mean, it is.
Oh.
No?
I don't know what the most overweight cities in the U.S. would be.
Gulfport. Destin.
8 NFL
Where
tight
are
ends.
fat people?
I have no idea.
Oh, what's in Iowa?
Birmingham?
Hey, Charles
Omaha.
Barkley would say San Antonio.
Big women.
Nope.
Them big women down in San Antonio.
Oh, you get you a churro?
Like, we were just like, we know.
9 baby names for the following animals. Kitten. Puppy.
Pup. Bitch. Nope. Damn.
Cub.
What's a zebra? A tyke.
Foal.
Foal, yeah, like a horse. OAL.
Yeah.
A colt. Okay.
That
That was
counted.
not, yeah, whoa. How do we get that?
Well,
let's do the tight ends with 8,000 receptions. What, Tony Gonzalez?
Shannon Sharp.
Dead Mama Michelle. Tony G. Who else would be on here? Would
what
Travis
about
Kelce or
Winslow
no?
Sr.?
Rob Gronkowski?
Winslow Sr.?
Oh, Kellen Winslow?
I mean, we're going to say Anthony. What's his last name? Played for the Patriots.
Anthony.
Oh, Hernandez.
Oh.
No, he didn't quite get there.
He
did
did
he?
not get there.
Who's
Do
your
Gronkowski.
Cut short.
Do Atlantic. Metro.
Boomin?
Do Central.
Oh.
There you see Pacific.
Atlantic.
We've got Antonio Gates.
It's in Metro.
Do Gates.
Metra.
Metro. Metro's not a word. Oh, I don't know.
Do Gates. Scalise says Jimmy Graham. He also said NOLA is a fat city.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham was on
He says Houston #1 fattest city.
Oh.
Nope, not.
What's up?
We're going to do Dallas Clark?
No, that was a fat city. Just
Oh.
threw one out there.
Nice.
No punch for guessing.
Oh, Andrew Messina says Metropolitan, not just Metro. There it is.
Such a weird name for doing.
What about Cherry?
What
about Grape?
Tight ends, the
What about
cowboy guy.
Jason
Pineapple?
Witten, maybe.
No, you
Or
said
try
that
pineapple.
one.
Do Witten.
What's another flavor? What's a
Banana?
tropical.
Apple?
Banana.
Apple. Coconut. I feel like that's tropical. Orange. Lemon.
Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper stepper. He broke it.
Lemon?
There it is. Lime.
Wow.
There we go. That is.
Not really tropical, but
So yeah, nothing was
You're
tropical.
telling me a lime isn't tropical? It's the most exotic fruit you can eat.
Do what? That's the most exotic one you can eat. Mm-hmm. The 11 highest rated movies featuring Emma Stone.
Okay,
Spider.
easy.
La La Land.
Easy A.
Easy A.
Spell with your P's.
Poor Things.
I think do the Amazing Spider-Man. Nope.
Do what's the no.
Was she in The Help?
No, she's in Superbad.
Oh yeah.
She isn't Superbad. Do The Help? Is she? I think she's in that one.
Nice. It's not Aloha. That wasn't good. I think not.
What's the was it crazy? Is it Crazy Stupid Love?
Yeah, that's a great one.
That's a really good one.
There we go. Wow.
What else is she in?
God, I feel like she's in more stuff.
Zombieland.
Someone says Atlanta.
The Queen? The Favorite.
The Favorite.
Might have a U in there.
And they said Jackson.
That's bullshit. Oh, the Oscar on it. It was incredible.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi. We got one.
What's it? Panama City Beach.
Do Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been.
Dang, that would have been awesome. That would have been fun.
What's another?
Birmingham. Mobile. That's not how you spell Birmingham.
Mobile, Alabama.
Hey, come on, brother.
I'd like a
Get you
8-piece
How about
tender.
you get you to swallow that, Willie?
We don't eat tenders over here. We call them fingers.
All right, Willie, you drink that?
Oh,
Willie, go ahead and give that
well,
thing a
I
swallow.
don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
Shut up. Let's see what else we got. Carl Dunn said Ozzie Newsome.
Oh.
One more tight end. I feel like we got to be missing like one all-timer tight end.
Oh, what about Ditka? Look at that.
Is it Dallas Clark? Nope. Charlie Oliver says Knoxville.
How do you spell it?
Knoxville. Yep.
Oh,
he says Little Rock. Little Rock,
let's just go
Arkansas.
down south, boys.
Yep.
Oh, this is
Come
sad.
on now. This is it. This is it. Did you try Shreveport?
Yeah.
Did you try Alexandria? Did you try Lafayette?
Oh,
no! 318, baby. 318. That's our weight.
Where are we eating?
318. We're overweight. Come on now. Welcome to
That'd be 318 pounds.
But 318 pounds, actually.
308. That's 300 club. What's another stupid South town that's just fat and has bad takes? Oh, nope.
Oh, that's just us.
That's shocking.
I know.
That is surprising.
Corpus Christi just sounds like a fat person.
I think you're thinking of the mayor or whatever his job is.
Chris.
Corpulent Christie. Who the fuck knows what a baby porcupine's called? That's insane.
What would it be?
I have no idea. A cub. We already did.
Mylar balloon. M-Y-L-A-R.
M-Y-L-A-R?
M-Y.
That's Peter Millar. Wow.
Wow.
What's like a plastic balloon? Like the ones like you get the big plastic ones with the numbers.
I think that
they're like shiny.
I think that is
Mylar. I don't know.
Stephen Mylar.
What are the balloons made
Charlie
out of?
Oliver says Hawaii has some big Samoan people.
Oh yeah.
P-Dub says Gatlinburg. We've got Memphis.
Oh yeah, Memphis.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. What a pull. What else?
Yeah.
I think it's just one T. At Athens, Georgia?
No, they're all skinny and on cocaine. So many hot people there.
We did a lot better than I thought we were going to do.
What's an ant baby? Ant
Like
man?
a pupa? Oh.
Well.
All right, we got 5 seconds. We're about to find all the answers
about to
to our
figure it out.
questions.
All right, everybody cheat.
I think we got right.
The vinyl.
Well, we did. Actually, we get
King's horses, Kingsmen.
The
We
Kings,
get those.
well, we said that.
I agree.
Vinyl.
Whatever.
Okay.
Vinyl, okay. McAllen, Texas, we would have never got that.
What?
An antling?
Antling.
Are you
Antling.
kidding me? We should have said. I can't believe we didn't put in calf like at least once.
A nymph?
A nymph? That. Ooh.
Oh.
Joey.
A Joey. Oh, I thought that was kangaroos.
Yeah, I think so.
Zombieland. We did say that. I thought we put that in. We didn't.
Cruella, we should have gotten also.
Cruella wasn't that good.
Oh,
Yeah,
I loved it.
Of course you did. The Crew. I didn't know she was in The Crew. It's a great movie.
Oh my God, that's us too.
It was a good movie.
We actually did pretty well there.
Yeah. Keep eating, chunky.
All right, I'm getting packed up because I got to go get my hair cut so I can look good in Omaha. We appreciate you guys, all your love, all your support. We would not be able to be Tingle & Co. and make this trip without all of you, especially you, Tom Granning, of course. But appreciate y'all. Thanks for sticking with us through a fever dream of a Wednesday show.
Thank you for me personally for your support.
And we will be back.
We don't even have to get breakfast this morning.
No, tomorrow
the
morning.
Broadcasters ever lived.
Tomorrow morning from 7 to 9. 7
to Lime.
On the Tropical South of Kool-Aid. Tomorrow morning 7 to 9. The last show